So I'm going to begin the teaching, and I'm not going to be able to see the chat or anything while that's happening, but what I can do is I can open this up for questions at the end. And there actually is going to be some parts where there might be, like, I'm going to call on some of you guys too for some stuff. So let me share the screen and we will begin. Oh, that's the wrong screen. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I need to set this up. Okay. There we go. Yay. Okay. Awesome. Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to share this transmission with you all. And I just want to honor you all for just this desire to get past any limitations you have around money. So, welcome to the Abundance Transmission. And the mission is liberation. So, today we are going to go over how money is neutral. We're going to go over your relationship with money, what money actually wants, and then we're going to apply it and integrate it, give you actionable steps and accountability moving forward. So, warning, get comfortable getting uncomfortable, especially around this topic. So many of us have this energetic charge and just our own stories when it comes to money. So just know and understand, remember that this is dissolving inside of you as you're feeling the discomfort. And the more present you are with whatever comes up, and don't judge it, but feel it and do the most uncomfortable thing with the intention to free yourself from it. Ideally at the peak moment of the trigger, right? This is the shadow work that I shared in the other teaching. This is the faster, more graceful you're going to be able to move through this rite of passage, because that's what this is. You breaking past your money beliefs is just a rite of passage, you on your path. So you need to do the thing that you've been avoiding, do the thing that you've been ignoring or resisting. And if you are uncomfortable, just keep reminding yourself that this is good. There's power to reclaim back from here. And of course, share and reach out for support with whatever comes up for you along this process. So I have some suggested reading for you. These books really supported me. Busting Loose from the Money Game by Robert Scheinfeld is like such like a DNA activator. I listen to Audible. It's easier for me to retain information when I listen to books, but I've listened to this book like 6 or 7 times, and it took me, I think, like listen 4 for like the keys to really unlock inside of me. A lot of my teachings are inspired by Busting Loose from the Money Game. So I highly suggest that to read it or get an Audible and listen to it. To me, this is like it's a life-changing book, truly. Profit First is a really great book when it comes to more like strategy, when it comes to categorizing budgets and money, which we're going to get into. But it's like a little boring. You can just maybe read like the first 2 chapters where you get the synopsis of it. I'm going to go over it with you, but it's still a really good book when it comes to like strategy and doing this stuff that like maybe you're resisting. Like this was the stuff I was resisting, but this was the stuff that broke me through, right? And then Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. That was actually like the first like self-help book I ever read at the beginning of my spiritual journey, and it really unlocked a lot inside of me. So I just wanted to share those with you. Highly suggest them. So going into how money is neutral. So money is neutral, and this is just your journey to abundance. So abundance is being able to do what you need to do when you need to do it. You're going to keep hearing me say that over and over again, because this is a rewiring in our mind from where we used to be in the 3D matrix when it comes to money, shifting to abundance consciousness, which is the new 5D earth. So we must collapse and dissolve the 3D matrix of money that we have given all of our power away to. So we need to reclaim our power back. So an energetic that money possesses is that it amplifies more of who you are. And friendly reminder, who you are is love, and who you are is an instrument for the divine. So you will be even more loving and an even louder instrument for the divine. And our job as light workers is to break past our money blocks so we can be the most abundant possible and circulate money out to those who aren't past their money stories, and then help free others by leading by example. So this is a rite of passage and you will break through this. Wherever you are at financially, you will break through this. And just, it's keep doing the alchemy process, keep reclaiming your power back through all of it. And two, it's like we're on this ever growing journey, right, with everything, but also specifically with money, right? We're always going to reach like new cusps of it, and then we have to, it's like we get initiated to the next level, and then we have to like acclimate to that, and then we reach a point where we can hold that frequency with ease, right? Like, okay, this is how much money I make, and I can hold that much money, and then you're going to be called forward maybe to go to the next level, which is more, right? And you just have to keep doing the process of reclaiming your power back, with whatever that is. If it's like, oh, I want to make 50,000 a year, and then you finally make it and you like acclimated to that, and then it's just like, okay, like I'm ready for the next level, and then it's like going through that initiation process again. So it's like you can come back to this teaching, you can come back to all of these things for the rest of your life and use all of these tools as we're constantly up leveling our consciousness and our ability to hold abundance, and specifically money, which is what we're talking about today. So this is your initiation. So money is neutral. So this is an exercise I want you guys to do. And I want you guys to do this here. You can do this right here with me on this call. And then two, I really want you to take the time to like really dive in and like journal about this later. So first question, okay? I want you guys just to like clear your minds, and I'm just gonna ask you these questions. And I just want you just to go with the first thing that comes to your mind, right? Okay, so first thing that comes to your mind, how much money do you wanna make a month? And you should have a number. Just have some kind of number in your head right now. Okay, don't think too long, and decide what that number is right now. Okay. So now I ask you, how much do you really want to make a month? Like, how much do you really want to make a month? Like, remembering that you are a limitless being. You are infinite. Who you are is abundant. Like, you are the only thing limiting yourself. You are the only thing. So with remembering that, how much do you really want to make a month? Like, really, like what would be like, oh my gosh, if I made this much money a month, that would be amazing. That would be life-changing. I'd be able to take care of my family, be able to do X, Y, Z. Like, how much, what is that? What number is coming to you then? So I just want you to get clear on that. So decide on that number. And then I'm gonna ask you one last question. So why not make that now? Why not make the amount that you really want now? And I want you just to like sit with this and see what stories are coming up inside of you. So it's probably a larger number, the second number, the number where you're just like, oh my gosh, if I made that, that would be amazing. Like, that's how much I would really love to make a month. And I just want you to get curious of like, so why not make that now and get to the root? And I'm sharing this with you because, so a few years ago, I got on a call with a money coach, and this woman was like fire. And I was like, I met her at a festival. She did like a money workshop, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to get on a call with her. And so it's funny because that day we had to reschedule the call a couple times. And then that day when I hopped on the call with her, I broke past like a big money barrier that day. Like, I think I booked like a few clients, and I was just feeling super good. I was like feeling in my flow. And I hopped on a call with her that day, and I told her, I go, it's funny that we're talking today because I feel like I really broke through like a big like money barrier. So she asked me, she's like, so how much do you want to make a month? And I was like, like if I made $20,000 a month, that would be really amazing. Like, that would be super awesome. Like, that's a goal that I have. And then I said, I go, but you know what? Like, one day, like I'm probably going to be making $100,000 a month. And she was like, so do you want to make 20,000 a month, or do you want to make 100,000 a month? And I was like, you know what? I'd be fine with 20,000. That would be totally fine. I'd be super happy with that. Like, I don't think I need, and I'm like listening to myself talk myself self out of this. I'm like seeing my mind talk myself out of the larger number. And I'm just like, whoa, what is there? Like, what am I scared of? Um, which helped me then unravel the stories that I still had inside of me, to where I was realizing that like if I made it just for me, like these questions triggered and showed me that I was scared to make 100,000 a month because I equated that to people using me, and they would be using me for my money, right? That was my story. But then it helped show me and helped unravel even more, where I flipped the story to where like, no, no, no. I want people to use me for my money. I want to be so abundant to where people are like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna call up Christina because she's cracked those abundance codes, and maybe she can help fund this project, or maybe she can help me with XYZ. So I had to shift that whole story around it. Um, because yeah, I was thinking that I would be used for money, and then I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I use people for money, when that's not the case. It was just I was putting money on a pedestal, which I'm going to go into after. So these questions really helped show me um, a lot of that. Hold on one second, I'm going to pop out. I'm going to pause the abundance frequencies. I'm going to lower them a smidge. Okay. Hold on a second, sorry guys. Oh, Magnolia is crying. Okay. Okay. So we all have limiting beliefs around money. It could be anywhere from I have to work hard, people would take advantage of me and use me. That was one of mine. Money comes and goes, there's never enough. It's always out of my reach. It's easy for others, but not for me. It's selfish to have money, or it's selfish to charge for my services. I'm not smart enough to make money. I can't do what I love and make money. So just getting familiar with like what your limiting beliefs are, like write them out. You like get really clear of what's in your field, like what do you believe to be true, what's buried there, and then of course do the alchemy process of reclaiming your power back, and do the opposite of whatever that is, right? So if it's like I have to work hard to get money, like that's where like okay, the harder thing for you to do is like okay, you don't like go take a nap or like go for a walk in nature, just to reprogram yourself that you have to work hard around it, and just to help show yourself, sorry, to help show yourself that actually money comes with ease and flow. So whatever your story is, it's doing the opposite thing to reprogram yourself from it, which is usually really uncomfortable. Okay, so are you giving weight to money? Right. So this is something that we do. Are you making money heavy? Like, does it feel like oh, it's super heavy, or are you like, do you feel like money's on a pedestal? Right. And then it's like it's almost both, right? Like, oh, I feel super heavy. Like maybe I don't want to talk about it. I want to ignore it. I don't even want to go there. I don't want to look at my bank accounts. Or you're like also looking at it like, oh my gosh, it's like so much above me, like oh it's so far out of my reach, like, and you're also giving money all this power, like that it's the end all be all, the most important thing, when it's just a tool, right? So getting curious about like if like where you're at with that, so then we can neutralize it, right? So we're all about like trying to neutralize money, but when we make it heavy and we put it on a pedestal, it's not neutral. We're giving it power and we're giving it weight. So we're trying to bring it back into the center point and making it a neutral tool of what it is so we can use it. So when we are neutralizing it and just remembering that money is just a tool, it's a skill, just like any other tool or skill, no better, no worse, and it's used to show appreciation. So what I did here that really helped me, it's helping me like neutralize it in my mind. I had, when I was unlocking this big money belief that I had, that I would be used for money, right? I thought of myself because I thought, oh my gosh, Christina, you use people for their money. And I was like, I use people for their money? Like, that's not, I don't think that's true. Like, is that true? And what I did is it's like I envisioned myself kind of at a networking event, like a party or something, right? And it's like, you're at this party and like, oh, you meet like maybe a lawyer, or you meet like a yogi, or you meet, I don't know, like a business person. And then like you meet, for me, it was like, oh, an venture capitalist, someone who, like, to me, like an venture capitalist is like, they have all this money to invest, right? I noticed that I almost put those people on a pedestal above me. When really, if we look at like a networking event, it's like, no, no, no. Like the yogi just cracked the yoga codes, right? The chef cooked the cooking codes, and the adventure capitalist just cracked the money codes. Like we all hold codes that we crack. And the adventure capitalist probably needs to team up with the yogi and be like, hey, dude, like, give me those codes, right? So I can learn about that. Or it's like, hey, I want to learn how to be more healthy and cook better, so I'm going to connect with the healthy chef that's in the place, right? It's like everyone carries their own unique tool or skill. Why are we making some more important than others, right? So when we're looking at this, just group of tools and skills, um, we're just going to go over this just to help like ingrain this within us, that money is neutral. It's just as important as any other tool or skill. So food, shelter, a healthy body, a car, a computer, family, a knife, a guitar, money, yoga, a hammer, comedy, breath work, a bed, your toothbrush, clothes, love, a photographer, a DJ, a farmer, and a cell phone. So just like seeing how just like money's just like in there. It's not like, it's like these are all just tools and skills that we need depending on what situation we're in. And two, now like we're all seeing right now how the whole entire system is crumbling. Like the whole entire money system is crumbling right now as we speak. With COVID happening, everything happening. So it's like asking ourselves, what's more important right now on the earth? Is, do we want the farmers to go back to work, or do we need like the bankers to go back to work, right? It's like all of this, as the matrix is crumbling, it's really showing us like what's important, and this is where we're shifting the difference, from just money to abundance, because abundance is all of this. It's food, it's the air, it's being able to do what you need to do when you need to do it, whatever that is. Okay, so now we are moving to our relationship with money. So we are going to fall in love with money. So this is an exercise that we are going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out, and I'm going to come to you guys. So who here would like to be a part of this process? Just to you get a chance to work through something, and just be an example to the group. And then two, this is also in the hypnosis too that you're going to get, but this is going to be a way so you can like really understand and see like what this is doing, and then you can do it with each other, or anything like that. Is there anyone that's like, I want to go? Raise your hand. Okay, we got two. Okay, Erica or Rachel. Okay, pick a number 1 through 10. Okay, Rachel's closer. It was 8. Okay, so we will go with Rachel. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to talk you through a process, and we can all do this together. Rachel's just going to be the voice of what's coming through for her. So let's just take a moment and let's just drop in together. Let's take a slow inhale in through your nose and release. Coming to your center point. Let's take another slow inhale in through your nose and release. So I want you now to call in the spirit of money, and I want you to see it materialize in front of you. And I want you to see it as an object or see it as a person. And we're really going to talk to the shadow consciousness of money. So I want you to call in, and I want you to visualize and see something in front of you that is representing all the shadow around money. And you can just give me a nod if you see if something's in front of you that you see, just so I know that it's there. Rachel, you have something in front of you? Okay, perfect. So with this in front of you, I want you to just fully express to it. You can keep your eyes closed and just stay in it. I want you to talk to it, okay? I want you to talk to it. And I want you to give yourself permission to project and say whatever it is you want to say about money, how you truly feel about it, all of the shadow inside of you about money. And Rachel, you're going to be the voice. So I want you to share. I want you to talk like you're talking to it. And I want you to talk to it and tell us how you feel about it.
I feel that it's shallow, that it's vapid, it's
So
materialistic.
just to
Okay.
change your no, you're doing perfect. I want you to say you are shallow.
Okay.
You are
Okay.
materialistic, okay?
All right. You are shallow. You are vapid. You are materialistic. You are everything that's wrong with society. Um, you keep people oppressed in the current systems of capitalism. Um, you are unequal. You are divisive. Um, you've represented so much of um, issues, pain, drama, fear, stagnation in my own life.
And how does it make you feel?
Stuck.
So I want you to say you make me
You
feel stuck.
you make me feel stuck.
What else does it make you feel?
I think frustrated is fair. You make me feel frustrated.
And if there's anything else there that you just want to purge out and just say.
You make me feel used by family.
Thank you. So just
Yeah.
all of you staying with what's coming up within you and talking to it just like Rachel did. You're talking to it. Okay? So now with money in front of you, the shadow of money, this object or person that it's materialized in front of you, okay? I want you now to see this object change. And what you're visualizing right now is I want you to see it taking off a mask. And as it takes off the mask, I want you to see someone that you love with all your heart. I want you to see who is someone that you really love. I want you to imagine that person. Who is someone that you just freaking love? Whoever this person is it a friend, family, someone? Okay. So do you guys have this person in front of you that you love? Okay. So now we're going to replay what you just said to them. And I want you to say to this person that you love what you just said to money. So Rachel, if you want to repeat some of it, or I can help you repeat too. You're shallow. You're vapid. You make me feel used. You're what's wrong with society. What else
You
did
are
you say?
materialistic.
You're materialistic.
You are unequal. You keep people oppressed.
And you're saying this now to someone that you love, and I want you to look into that person's eyes, and I want you to see that they're sad, that they're really, really just sad because they didn't do anything to you. They're just trying to love you. But this is what you've been saying to it. So with everything that you just said to money, would this person want to hang out with you? Would this person want to be your friend and flow into your life? Would this person want to multiply and be with you abundantly and constantly and pour into you? Or are they like, my feelings are kind of hurt. This doesn't feel like a good relationship. I'm going to go hang out with someone that actually really loves me. I'm going to hang out with someone that is fun, that likes me and uses me with intention and love and sees me as something actually really beautiful. So I don't really want to be in this relationship with you, which is why I don't really come around, because this is what you say and this is how you feel about me. And remembering money is neutral. It has the ability to amplify more of who you are. But if this is how you talk to it and this is how you treat it, would you want to hang out with you? If someone was saying this to you of what you said to money, would you want to hang out with you? So I want you now to see if it resonates with you, if it's still this person that you love, or for me, I almost envision the goddess Lakshmi, just this beautiful, beautiful golden goddess that is just pouring abundance out. And this is really who money is, right? So let's take the mask off of the person it is that you love, and let's just look at this beautiful being of infinite love and light. And I think that we owe her an apology. I think that we owe money an apology for everything that you just said. So Rachel, if you can be our voice. First step is we need to say, I'm sorry, and we need to apologize. And mean it. So I want you to feel that within you. So if you just want to say, money, I'm sorry, but I want you guys to apologize to it. And Rachel, if you can be our voice.
Sorry, I wanted to make sure it was clear. Money, I apologize for calling you shallow, materialistic, vapid, oppressive, unequal, for blaming you for my drama, and my hardships involving you. I didn't see you.
Yeah. So we've apologized to it once now at this point, right? Do you think that that's enough after all of the years of what we've said to it? Or do you think that we need to start a new relationship with it? So this is not just the one and only time we say, I'm sorry. But in order to start a new relationship with someone or something that there's a lot of trauma and a lot of stories there, it's not just however many years you believe these beliefs and projected these beliefs onto them. And then all of a sudden one day, oh, okay, I'm sorry, just kidding. Okay, we're cool now, right? We're cool. Okay, so flow to me now, right? No, it doesn't work like that. We need to gain money's trust back. We need to prove to it that this isn't just a one-time I'm sorry and going back to our old ways. We have to show it that we're changing. So we have to say, I'm sorry. We have to say, I'm so, so, so sorry. And this isn't just a one time, I'm sorry. This is me. I'm going to make it up to you. Okay. It's like we can also look at money as like, it's like imagine if like you had this lover, right? And he betrayed you again and again and again and again. And then he awakens to it and wants you back in his life because he realizes what he did. And and it's like he calls you and is like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. First time you're like, yeah, okay, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I forgive you, it's okay, cool. And you're like, and then you're like, he's just probably gonna go back to his old ways. But then every day he starts writing you letters. Every day he reaches out, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I love you, please forgive me, I'm so sorry. Every day. And then it's like, okay, like, man, I've been hearing from this guy for like 6 months now, every day. Maybe he has changed. Like, maybe like really is sorry. And then one day he reaches out and he's just like, I'm so sorry, I love you, I want to do, like, you are free to do whatever you want, but I built you a house, I built you your temple, I built you your dream home, and it's here and it's waiting for you, no strings attached, no obligation, you don't have to do anything, it's yours, you can come and go as you want, but I built you a house. And you're like, what? Okay, he's been apologizing and now he built me this like epic house, like my dream house. You're like, maybe like, all right, maybe I'll go check it out as long as like I don't have to do anything, right? He's like, okay, you go, you check it out. And you're like, oh, this place is amazing. You're like, okay, maybe I'm gonna come hang out here. All right, I'm gonna come maybe stay here on the weekends. Oh, maybe I'm just gonna come hang out here more and more. And every day he's like, I'm sorry, I love you, showing you constantly, I love you, I'm here for you. Whatever it takes, I love you, I'm just gonna show you and prove it to you. That's what we need to do for money. So we need to build it a home where it feels safe to come to visit us. This home is like an energetic representation of, your wallet, your purse, your house, your bank accounts, your savings accounts. Creating these bank accounts with intention for it. Looking at your bank accounts as, this is a home for money. Money, this is your home. And I'm going to use you with love and intention. This is where you're going to flow and you're going to be safe here. And I built you this home. And I'm going to show you that I love you. I'm going to show you I'm changing. I'm going to apologize to you. And I'm going to court you. And I'm going to date you. And I'm going to flirt with you. And I'm going to make you feel as important and special because you deserve it. And I am dedicated to this relationship with you. And I'm going to grow with you. We're going to grow old together. I'm going to prove it to you that I've changed and I love you. Okay. This is the energy that we need to bring to money. So I'm popping back over. I can talk you guys out. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is my thing? So this is, you can do this with a partner. You can do this with yourself. And this is also in the hypnosis. So this is just kind of a rundown of the exercise that we just did. What we did is we saw the shadow part of money. We allowed all of the stories to come up of like how we feel about it, right? And then we switch that into someone that we love and we see them sad and hurt, right? And then we have a chance to like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. For me, this all happened to me in a ceremony. I went into the ceremony with the intention of understanding the energy around money. And then all of a sudden the spirit of money came to me, and it came as like this like crinkled up dollar bill that was like dirty and gross. And I was like, gross. I'm like, money, you're gross. I'm like, you're just like, ugh, you're like filthy and you're dirty and like you're never around. And like I was just like saying all this stuff to it, projecting it. And then I just saw like the dollar bill get like sad, like really sad. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I was just like, then I took it and I was just like, oh, money, I'm so sorry. And I was just realizing like, wow, we've all projected so much stories onto it. And it's just this neutral energy that just wants to come into your life and enhance you and just love on you And we just have all these stories around it. So when I did that, then I just started, I did a whole ceremony around it where I wrote letters to money apologizing to it. And I started courting it. I have money on my altar. So like I always, like when I have my altar, I have money on it, and I put crystals on it. And to me, like I make like money like into the goddess Lakshmi. And to me, like I'm just like, I talk to her like she's my best friend. I'm like, oh my gosh, money, I love you. You're so pretty. I love you so much, girl. Oh my gosh, let's hang out. I'm so sorry for all the crazy things that I've been doing and saying about you. Please forgive me. I'm going to show you. Like, I'm going to show you that I'm here for you. I'm going to make a safe home for you to come so you can come visit me. You can come stay with me, and we're going to hang out. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to have so much fun together, right? Like, that's such a different energy. So that's the exercise that we just did, that I want you guys to keep just like checking in with yourself about. So like you said, I encourage you guys to write an apology letter to money, and not just one, you know, maybe write multiple letters. We need to court the energy of money back into our life and make it feel safe and loved. So we need to write an apology letter to it. We need to say, please forgive me. We need to ask money, please forgive me. And we need to forgive ourselves. And we need to come to peace and see how you had to play this out so you could free yourself and help free others, because you can empathize with their story, right? So whatever money story you have that's coming up for you, it's unique for you. And it's coming up just to show you where you've given your power away to. So then you can then help other people. All of us have different relationships with money, you know? So reclaim your power back from it. Do the alchemy process of getting clear of what that is and doing the opposite thing to free yourself from it. And be in gratitude and appreciation for the lesson. Write a gratitude and celebration letter for money, right? So it's one thing when we're just like writing apology letter to it and like saying I'm so sorry and showing it, but then we need to be like, not just like say I'm so sorry, but we need to start like building it up, right? We need to start saying like, money, you're amazing. I love you. Look at what you do for the world. Look at what you've done for me. Like look at all of the good that you do, and start praising it. Like we've like demolished it so hard, right? And we've apologized, so we're neutralizing it, but we need to like build it up, and we need to celebrate it and be in gratitude for it and love it. So we need to write love letters to money, gratitude letters to money, celebration letters to money. So like write about why is money so awesome, and tell it how much you love it. So these are things I really, really want you guys to do. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. What money wants, right? So we are like, okay, I am taking responsibility for how I've treated money. Money, I'm so, so sorry. I'm going to apologize to you, and I'm going to prove it to you. And wouldn't it be helpful to know what money actually wants, right? Like if like this guy's building his house, or like whatever situation, it's like whatever situation you want to create in your head, but it's like, what if like, it's like they're building your dream home because he knows what you want, or you know what it wants. Like, isn't that going to be super helpful if you know what money actually wants, so you can start doing it and then start showing it that you're so dedicated to this, okay? So it's actually very, very simple. Money just wants two things, okay? One, money just wants to flow and know where it's going. And I repeat, money just wants to flow, and it wants to know where it's going. For what intention? Account for every cent, right? Um, it desires to be used and to flow. It doesn't just want to sit there. It's like it doesn't just want to sit in your account without intention. That's just like dead, numb money. We're just like locking it up, right? And then two, like you can also be stressed for having too much money. So I'm going to share just like a little backstory around this. So like I remember thinking it's like I want to manifest $1 million, right? I don't know if you guys have ever thought like that. I think like that, right? Like I want to manifest $1 million. And then I asked myself, I'm like, okay, Christina, like if you want $1 million, like what would you do with it? And then I was kind of like, oh, well, like I would like I'd like pay off some stuff, and like I'd save it. Like it's like I didn't know what I would do with $1 million, right? So like, do you think money, $1 million is gonna flow to me if I don't have a plan? No. Abundance is being able to do what you need to do when you need to do it, right? So with that, it was showing me like okay, if you can't just call in $1 million for no reason. Like we have to call it in for a reason. So what I did was then I wrote out a whole entire list of everything that I would use the money for. Everything. Everything. So it knows, okay, calling in $1 million, and I can account for every single cent of it with intention of how I would use it, where it would go, and for why. Right. So that's an example of being like, I want to manifest like $20,000. And it's just like, okay, what would you do with that $20,000? Like, you need to know, right? So if you're calling in money, you're calling in a certain amount, you need to know exactly how you want to use it, where it's going, because it just wants to know where it's going. Money is this current, it's this energy, but it's always going, but we need to direct it and funnel it to where it is we need to go. And then two, I was talking to a friend of mine. He sold his company for like $100 million. No big deal. And I was like, okay, dude, like, you need to talk to me about like what that was like when you like went to the ATM for the first time and you saw like all these numbers, right? And he was like, I'm like, talk me into that. Like, what was that like? And he's like, yeah, he's like, when you look at your bank account and it has those numbers in it, like, it really feels like this like sense of freedom. You have that like sense of freedom. And he goes, then he's like, it was then like just a lot of energy because I didn't know where to put it. And he's still looking for where to invest it. And it's like he was almost like, it was almost like too much energy. Like, it was almost like too stressful having that much money just sit there. Like, $100 million doesn't want to just sit in an account, right? Like, what good does that do? And so it just made me think like, okay, we're wanting to call in X amount, but we need to have a plan. And like, you can call in, it's like, and that, like, if it were to happen where like you get $100 million, you win the lottery, it's in your account, like, it could also be like a little like rattling because we have to be able to energetically hold the money. That's why like people who win the lottery, like, oftentimes they lose it because they can't hold that frequency, they can't hold that energy of it. We have to like, the universe is never going to give us anything we can't handle, so we're constantly always is like growing and expanding to hold and to hold more, and we're increasing our capacity to hold energy and hold money. So um, it's that's when you short circuit. It's like if you then all of a sudden won the lottery, you get all this money and you can't energetically hold it, or you don't have the team or infrastructure to help you manage it. You know what I mean? Like, that's where people just spend it recklessly and just things just happen because they can't hold that frequency. So yeah, just letting yourself like marinate on all of that. And this is where you can do a journaling exercise. So this is where I want you to account for every single cent. So getting clear within you. How much money do you want to manifest? How much money do you need a month? I want you to write and answer out all these questions. Um, and I want you to account for every cent. And you need to know where the money will go, how it's going to make you feel going there. And then you need to create a container for money to land. And this can be like your bank accounts. For me, what I've done is I created an Excel spreadsheet to where like I can, so, and I'm going to talk you guys through this too, but like what I want you guys to do is I want you to go, like, this is your homework, like, you guys have to do this or not, but I'm literally giving you guys keys to unlock like your money consciousness, and it's up to you for you guys to do this. Okay, you need to log into your bank accounts and you need to look at the numbers, and you need to do this until that energetic charge and that judgment and whatever stories you have around the numbers in your bank account, the energetic charge is neutralized. So that means you logging into your bank accounts, you looking at it until like you not judge it anymore. However much money's in there, whatever stories you have with the numbers that you have on your computer screen around it, you need to you need to look at it until it starts, until that energetic charge isn't there. Okay. Oh, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I think that's the next slide. Okay, so do those journaling exercises. So you know how much money you need. How much money do you need a month? And what you can do to find out how much money you need a month is go log into your account, go pull up like the last month transactions, okay? And then you need to write down and itemize everything you spent that month. And really, it's like, I remember for me, it was like budgets. I don't want to do budgets. I want to do stuff like it's boring. And like, that was my resistance, right? But it's actually very freeing to know how much money you need a month. Like, genuinely get clear on what that number is. So then money knows, it wants to know where it's going. right? So getting clear on that. So if I were you, I highly, highly suggest, this was the thing, one of the things that really broke me past my money like initiations was me looking at my bank accounts, writing down everything I went, and then realize seeing how much money I need a month. Because when you know, it's actually very freeing to know, okay, universe, remembering we're infinite beings, universe, this is how much money I need a month. But like, how is it going to know if like you don't know how much to ask for? So that's part of your homework. Second thing, okay, this is the goddess Lakshmi. Isn't she beautiful? So, second thing that money wants, it wants your presence. And this is where I was talking about looking at your bank accounts. So, you need to look at money and you need to acknowledge it, right? If Lakshmi, if this goddess popped up into your room, right? Like, would you just like ignore her? Would you just be like, oh gosh, like, can't look at you, don't want to look at you? Or would you be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Wow, you're so amazing, right? We need to give that same like energy and presence to money. So we need to look at it. We need to acknowledge it. We need to spend time looking at our bank accounts, and we need to make this a ritual. So you can do this. You can open up your bank accounts, open up your wallets, look at the money that you have, like whatever it is that you can actually, where you like are looking at money that you have. And I want you to pray over it. And I want you to bless your bank accounts. You can like sit here and just like literally just like pray over them. And then visualize money just flowing to your heart. Flowing to your heart. I got this visual one day of these like paper airplanes of money just like flooding my heart, just like whoa, so much of it. And you can also do things like organizing the money in your wallet, organizing the money in a cash flow analysis, which is essentially what I was saying, like creating a spreadsheet, itemizing what you spent last month, getting clear of what that is, organizing it, and place money on your altar and love it. Give it that presence. Give Lakshmi your energy. Give her your love. Give it your attention, your devotion for the pure joy of it. And the more you talk about money, the more that activation, that charge isn't there. That trigger, that charge that you have when you look at your bank accounts, the more you look at it, it's just going to start like neutralizing. That judgment's going to go away. That energetic charge you have around money or around talking around money, all of it, the more you actually dive in and do it, you're freeing yourself from it. You know, that's why too, it's like when we were on the enrollment call, right? Like whenever we got to the part of the investment, it's like, no, 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 we talk about this, what's coming up for you. Like if it was something you had to work through, like this is where we talk about it. We don't say, oh, okay, that's how much it is. Okay, cool. Like I'm going to get back to you. It's like, no, no, no. Like this is a conversation. Like what's coming up? Like, how can I support you? Cause, too, like with you guys, like I hope to teach you guys like how to enroll people. It's like, we have to hold people through that process too. Right. And they're probably just going to be mirroring back to you whatever stories you have. So the more we clear out our field, the more we clear out our stories, the less it's going to be reflected back. But it's all about deactivating that energetic charge we have around it. We can neutralize it, where we just look at it. Like you guys, like if you really think about it, like money, money isn't real. Like it's numbers on a computer screen. You know what I mean? This is literally like paper. It's just paper. It's paper and plastic cards and numbers on a computer screen. And we give it so much power. You know what I mean? It's like I have this fun thing where whenever I go up to an ATM, I'm literally like, I look at it as like a game. I was like, oh, hello, plastic machine. Hello, plastic box. Here's my plastic card. I'm going to insert you and I'm going to press numbers on the screen. And then poof, I get paper. And then all of a sudden, all this paper is like really important, right? It's just like, look at it like it's a game. And just know like it's always there because that's abundance. You're always able to do what you need when you need to do it. Truly, like look back on your life. Have you always been able to do what you need to do when you need to do it? This is how the universe works. And we're stepping into it. So then now we're stretching our capacity to receive more abundance. And just know and trust we're going to align with it. You know, like I'm calling in land here in Costa Rica. I want to build a retreat center. Do I have the millions of dollars to do that? No. But I know within me that when the land is ready, something's going to happen to where it's all going to come around. And two, abundance isn't just money. Abundance is gifts. Like what if someone gifted me land? I'll take it. What does it matter if it's like a gift or if I had the money to pay for it? It doesn't matter. Do I get the end goal of land? Yes. Right? Money also comes with trade, right? What if someone was like, oh, I'm going to give you this land if you let me and activate the light worker? I'd be like, yeah, you can join, right? Like it doesn't that's an example of trade. Another form of abundance is synchronicities. that happen around you, signs from the universe, your imagination, your creation, right? And then two, abundance is also money. That's another thing. But money isn't just the only form of abundance. Like, what does it matter if someone were to gift me land or if I were to pay for it? It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So we're changing our perspective around it, changing our mindset around it, and opening ourselves up to really seeing like what it actually is. So I want you guys to take money on a date. And what that looks like is, I don't know if I have it on the next slide. Let me see. Okay, so when I say I want you to take money on a date, I want you guys to put in your calendar once a week, money date, okay? And this is when you go and you log into your bank account and you look at it and you send it love and you pray over it, or you take time to like look at the money on your altar and you take time to look at how much money you're coming in, look at how much money that abundance that flowed to you that week, and like recap it. How much abundance flowed to you this week? And then also look at what money did you spend? Like, money is just a big circulation. It's coming in to circulate out constantly, constantly, constantly. And then just like getting curious of like, oh, do I need to pay anybody? Because that's responsibility, right? And get excited about it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to pay this person because they did this for me. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to pay my rent because I love my house, right? Get excited to do these things. And then getting clear of like, if you have any financial goals or things that you're working up to, this is just when like you're giving money your presence, right? Like, we need to date it. We need to court it. So we need to give it our love. We need to give it our presence. And again, lessening the charge around money and our bank accounts and making payments. If anything, like, I look at it as an honor to pay people now. Like, truly, like, I'm just like, oh, it's my honor to actually like, to show you my gratitude via money. And I'm grateful to do that. Cool. So this is how we're going to integrate the money date. Buy it flowers, right? Get some chocolates, whatever it is you think you want to do. Okay, so we're wrapping all of this up just to really integrate our new mindset around all of this, right? So we think busting loose from the money game. Like, we think like, okay, I'm going to get past all of these money blocks, and then this is what's going to happen, right? Oh my gosh, all of a sudden I'm going to get all this money, like millions of dollars going to flow to me, right? Oh, I just have so much money, I don't know what to do with it, right? But that's not the case, right? Just because we get past all of these misbeliefs around money, that doesn't mean like all of a sudden we're gonna be millionaires, right? Not all of us are meant to be millionaires. Not all of us have to be, right? But what busting loose from the money game actually really looks like is you reclaiming your power back from the entire money game. Like, and I can just tell you just by example, like, I am living in a state to where like I just don't worry about it. Yes, I have my own initiations where like I invest in myself, like, okay, definitely feel this one, universe, like this one's like, kind of definitely edgy, right? Like, we're always going to have those moments where things get edgy for us. But I have such complete just trust with the universe that like, if it's meant for me, like, it's going to come, because I'm taking that first step of doing that. And then you'll be able to play the game. You can be in the game. Like, we can be in the matrix and play the matrix game, but we're not going to have that energetic charge around it, because we've done the shadow work and we've reclaimed our power back. So we can then know, okay, I'm feeling an energetic charge. Okay, this is my next level. This is a place for me just to like be with this energy, be with this feeling that's coming up within me right now. And it's just coming up because it's leaving me. And then you can look at it and be like, oh, there's still an activation here, right? And just do the shadow work, reclaim your power back. But then when you've reclaimed your power back so much, then you can just be like in the matrix, and like you're just in full trust with the universe, you know? So this is what it's like. You busting loose from the money game is your freedom. Truly, it's your freedom from the entire matrix of money. So I ask you, do you want money or do you want to be free and live in abundance? I would rather be free and live in abundance. And this is a whole new level of abundance, sovereignty, and trust with the universe. This is 5D New Earth. Abundance is being able to do what you need to do when you need to do it. And I love this image. To me, this is us like painting New Earth, right? This was old Earth, the shadow, the darkness, the fear. And this is us coming in with a beautiful rainbow paintbrush of painting New Earth with love and trust and abundance. That is just who we are. So for your homework, Neutralize money. Heal your relationship and make money your lover and best friend. Write an apology letter and a gratitude letter for money. Create an abundance altar and get clear on how much money you need and where it's going. You need to create a path, a direction, an intention, and a safe place for it to flow to. And take money on a date once a week and listen to the abundance activation once a day. So this is all of your homework, calling you guys forward to do this. If you guys want to break past your money blocks, you get this. This is the code. These are the keys to do that. Truly, truly, truly. And then of course, reach out for any support along the way and share what's coming up within you, because it's all like we all hold like very similar limiting beliefs around it. And the more we share and help each other do it and what you've done to break past it, the more we do it together. So, it's okay to feel and just be intentional and in ceremony as you're doing this, being present, and be the observer of unconditional love as you go through all of this. So just be present with what's coming into your field, of how you feel about it, but be intentional, be in ceremony, and just observe with unconditional love, because it's all coming up to be healed. So releasing any attachment or expectations, open yourself up to just receive however the universe wants to deliver it to you. And this is where sometimes it's like, oh, money can only come through a job. It can only come through this one job. It's like, no, like just like release. Like, it's like, I almost imagine it as like this like drain, right, above our head. And this drain is on full blast abundance, right? But we've clogged it because we've limited it how it can come through, and we've only unplugged like a tiny little hole. Like, okay, money, you can come through like my job. Okay, you can come through like my babysitting. You can come through like here, and then we're just getting trickles of it, right? But what if we just completely declogged the drain and stopped limiting how it's supposed to come through to us, and just allow ourselves just to receive however it wants to come through? And then of course we need to acknowledge the abundance that we have and give abundantly to others. This is all in the same vibration, circulation, and flow. So do the shadow work, apply the alchemy process, reclaim your power back, do the uncomfortable thing, and of course, reach out for support. You guys got this. This is us. This is like money. This is like the current of money, like streaming in and out of us constantly, constantly, constantly. But we need to open our vessels to receive it all. Shoo! I love you guys so much. Popping back in. Hello.